Hello there, everyone. Welcome to Christopher's Entertainment Blog. I am your host, Chris. Welcome to another review video for The Flash, Season 2, Episode 9, and it is entitled Running to Stand Still. And thanks a lot for joining me, everyone, for another the last episode for of this show for the season finale, or not the season finale, but the fall finale. This is the fall finale. I can't believe it. Um, Already 9 episodes into this show. It's insane. I can't believe it. But that whole beginning with Zoom and Harrison Wells, showing that Zoom is not only super scary, he's super fast, but he's also like super strong too. I mean, he was lifting Wells up by the throat. I'm off the ground. I was like, wow, this dude he is a villain, man. He is one of the best villains I've seen in a show in a while. Very cool. Um, and we find out that Wells is going to work with Zoom, not because he really wants to, he has to. I mean, Zoom has got his daughter holding her hostage, and we find out at the end, Zoom's going to help, or Wells is going to help Zoom get Barry's power. He's going to make Barry faster so Zoom can steal the power. That's what his end game is. So we know why he left Barry alive, and that was because he wants to steal the Speed Force from him. He wants his power, just like he took from Jay Garrick. So that's what it's all about. But that whole scene where he's like, "Let me see my daughter," and Zoom goes through the portal back and has his daughter. They embrace, and just like that, he takes her away, and it's just like he's holding her 1 second, and like the next second she's gone. It was like, wow, that's hard, man. That's a hard way to live. That's terrible. And it just shows. I mean, who is Zoom, man? I wow. They're going to drag this out. We're not going to find out for a while. I don't think that we're going to let it simmer of who Zoom is. I mean, but that But anyway, I mean, other things in this episode was just insane. We got so many characters. We also get Mark Mordon, Weather Wizard, breaking out. Um, James Jesse, the Trickster, and Leonard Snart, Captain Cold, and Mark Hamill, man, he was a highlight of this show. I mean, that whole um, that whole scene where he was like singing and he says, "Deck the halls with body parts from a girl named Holly." I mean, it was just insane. I broke up. I just cracked up. I couldn't believe that. I've never heard anything like that before in my life, and it was just so funny. And some of the other things he says is just insane. One thing about it, though, is he reminds me so much of the Joker because he is the Joker in the animated shows. So, I mean, when I heard the voice, it was just like, that's the Joker, man. I mean, he was a little too much like the Joker in a lot of ways, but, it's Mark Hamill. Who cares? So, it was awesome. And the Weather Wizard, man, very cool character. Manipulate weather, lightning and snow and ice and whatever. He can even fly. That's insane. Very cool with him. Captain Cold, man, we see a glimmer of good in Captain Cold. He didn't want any part of that at all. So he goes and tells Barry, and then he checks out. He's gone. So we wanted to how so we wanted to know how he was going to break out because we know he breaks out for the show. He's in the show Legends of Tomorrow. So I think they're putting that into motion now. I mean, now he's out, and even Barry asked him, he wanted him to help, and he was like, he didn't want to help, and he wants to help, I think, but and then Barry says, "Well, you're not being a very good villain either." So um, I think it's a slow transition for Leonard Snart to become kind of a good guy. So that was interesting, and is his name Wentworth? I think it's Wentworth Miller. I think who plays Leonard Snart, Captain Cold. Great, just very good all around. Um, and Very cool character as well. And he made that character cool, and he does an excellent job. Um, so I mean, we had other things happening in this episode, just a ton of stuff. I mean, Joe finding out that he has a son. It was just like that whole scene with Iris and Joe and Barry. They're telling him that he's got a son. I mean, it was just wow. It was executed very well again. Iris, just a great scene overall. Um, and that whole ending thing, man, the whole ending with Wally West showing up. It was like, wow, now we got Wally West on this show. That's insane. Um, and when is he going to? How is he going to get the Speed Force? How is he going to get the powers? I mean, you know, that's just going to be craziness to potentially have another speedster, not only with Barry and potentially Jay Garrick as well. Now we got Wally West coming in there, and how is he going to get this Speed Force? Is it by accident? Is it on purpose? Is it something by Zoom that's going to do? I mean, who knows? I mean, it should be interesting to find out, and it's great that we finally get the Wally West character in there. That was cool. The scene, you know again, Cisco again, excellent throughout the episode. He's always great with these little one liners, are very cool. So I'm trying to think of the Patty Spivot stuff. Patty Spivot, I really like Patty, but I will admit that she's kind of inconsistent. um so I mean, like 1 minute, like the last episode, the crossover, she shot Wells. They didn't even address that in this episode. I thought they would at least talk about it. Like, hey, you just shot a guy. I just shot a guy that was Harrison Wells. I'm not gonna be able to. I can't talk to you about this. They didn't even talk about it, so they just go right on to where she's, uh, gunning for Weather Wizard, and that whole thing, and she's breaking down to the Flash. She don't even know who the Flash is, and she's like breaking down to him. Like, wow. I mean, that's you're divulging everything to this other guy. You don't even know who he is. It was kind of weird. Um, and then at the end, she comes in with that like anti-flash gun. It's like, where did she get that at? It's like, what the hell? I mean, that was weird. Them not addressing why she shot Wells and that whole situation was just odd. They didn't even bring that up. And then she wants to shoot Weather Wizard, and then she doesn't go through with it. And it's just like, wow, you shot Wells without hesitation. I don't know. Uh, I guess it don't bother me too much, but there's some little weird inconsistencies going on with Patty Spivot. But I really like her and Barry together. I think they work well together. Um, but there's some weird stuff going on, and then she shows up for the holiday party, and Barry asked Wells to show up too. Wouldn't that be crazy if he would have showed up? That would have been insane. But that didn't happen. But it still would have been weird. Um, but overall, excellent episode, guys. Another nitpick, I guess you could say, is um, Joe not talking to the mother of Wally West. I mean, they just kind of like put that off to the side. He comes back, well, I had a talk and this and that, and they didn't really show that. They should have showed something, but I mean, it was packed. This episode was packed. I mean, I don't know what you could have taken out to put that in, but it would have been interesting to see. But it really redeems itself. It redeems itself when Wally shows up. Then that was like, okay, whatever. So, but again, Mark Hamill, I think, was the highlight for me. Seeing him as Trickster is excellent, always excellent. But yeah, guys, this is the final episode for a while. For not too bad, not until January 19th, so not too bad. I mean, I remember shows we had to wait like 6 months, so this is not too bad. So just a few weeks and then we'll be back, but a little bit of a break. But yeah, guys, if there's anything I might have missed, please write in the comments below. And please, guys, please like and share and all that good stuff. I really appreciate it. But that will do it for me for this week, guys. I will see you on the 19th of January for another review video for The Flash. So take it easy, guys.